Okay, so like everyone's talking about tariffs right now, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to really,
Deep dive.
deep dive into this
Yeah.
today.
Big one.
Yeah.
Huge.
So we've got this article. Trump says Canada and Mexico to be hit with 25% tariffs on Saturday.
Right.
And like we want to look at basically what happens when the U.S. just kind of throws a 25% tariff on, two of our biggest
Neighbors.
trading partners.
Yeah. I mean, I think what's really surprising is how sudden it is.
Right.
Like February 1st.
That's like tomorrow.
It's right around the corner. We're talking 25% tariffs, like almost
On everything.
Everything coming from Canada and Mexico, except
oil, maybe.
Except oil, maybe. It's kind of a
Cliffhanger.
Yeah, a cliffhanger. Yeah. So what's the thinking here?
Yeah.
Like why even consider such a big move?
Well, Trump's kind of pointing the finger at three things in particular.
Undocumented immigrants.
Okay.
Fentanyl.
Okay.
And then trade deficits.
Right.
And he's basically saying, hey, these tariffs are gonna force Canada and Mexico to play ball with us.
Okay, but how does that impact you and me?
Right.
Just
the average person.
Yeah. The average person.
Well, I mean, that's the thing.
Right.
The article's kind of hinting that these tariffs, especially if they hit oil,
right,
could actually end up making things more expensive for everyone.
Right, like gas.
Yeah, gas, groceries, all that stuff. So it's kind of like, how does that square with?
Yeah, wasn't the whole point to
make things cheaper?
Yeah.
To lower the cost of living.
Yeah, I mean, because basically tariffs are kind of like
import taxes.
Yeah.
You're slapping a tax on stuff coming in from other countries.
Right.
And the idea is that makes those foreign goods more expensive. Mm-hmm. And it's supposed to make people want to buy, the local stuff instead.
Right.
But then there's this whole other thing. Wow. Retaliation.
Yeah. Like Canada and Mexico are not just going to sit there and take it.
No. The article says they're already getting ready to hit back with their own tariffs.
And then it's like, it escalates.
Yeah. It's a trade war.
Yeah, exactly. It's like this classic protectionist move.
Right.
But it almost always ends up with everybody just throwing tariffs at each other.
Right.
Remember what happened with China a few years back?
Oh, yeah.
U.S. put tariffs on Chinese goods.
Right.
China retaliated.
Right.
Ended up being this huge mess.
Oh, soybeans.
Soybeans, yeah. Steel, all sorts of things.
Right. It was really complicated.
It was a mess. And this has the potential to be, even worse.
Yeah. And then there's a whole thing with China. Yeah. The article mentioned Trump might put tariffs on them too.
Right.
Again, with the whole fentanyl thing.
Yeah, fentanyl's a big deal, obviously. Yeah, of course. But I mean, it's like we're adding, lighter fluid to a bonfire.
It adds another layer of complexity to an already kind of complicated situation.
Yeah, because we know the U.S. and China, they have a history, let's say, when it comes to trade. Dynamic, yes. And this just kind of throws another wrench in the works.
Absolutely.
So to recap, prices could go up.
Right.
We might end up in a trade war with our neighbor.
Or neighbors.
Yeah. And now we've got this extra tension with China.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
But I mean, here's the question that I keep coming back to.
Okay.
How far will this go? What are the long-term consequences for the global economy? And what about organizations the World Trade Organization? Can they step in? Can they actually do something to fix this?
Those are good questions.
Yeah.
Those are really good questions.
Some food for thought, right?
Definitely food for thought.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's our deep dive for today.
Until next time.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.
See ya.